Hi, hello everyone. This is Dr. K. Nagendra. I'm here to talk about the origin of the language. As, as we all know that different people have different opinions on language. And let me talk about how and why language originate. To be frank, no one knows exactly how language originated. And because of this, there is no speculations about the origin of human speech. There are many theories which talk about the origin of the language. Let me talk about the divine source theory. And I know that most of us are familiar what exactly a divine source theory is. According to this theory, God created Adam and Eve. Whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. According to Hindu tradition, language came from goddess Saraswati, wife of Brahma and creator of universe. Every society has a divine story to tell about the origin of its language. What are the other theories which are really popular when it comes to the origin of the language? The another important theory which we can talk about in this uh, origin of language, that is the natural sound source theory, and it can also be called as bow wow theory. It is completely based on the concept of natural sounds. This theory suggests that first words were imitations of the natural sounds which clearly men and women heard around them. Let me give you some examples. Cuckoo, bang, buzz, splash, hiss, rattle, bow wow. There are many other examples like which we can talk about onomatopoeic. Another argument against this theory is that our language also seems to influence the way we hear and imitate the sounds of nature. Examples: the roosters crow, cock-a-doodle in English, kukuruku in Hindi, kikiriki in German. And one more important theory which we can talk about, that is the poo-poo theory. In the year 1871, in his Descent of Man, Darwin proposed that, like man himself, his language also developed from a more primitive form. Examples: expressions of emotions, puffing of air through the nostrils, or the mouth and its actions make sounds like poo or pish. The critics of Darwin's theory scornfully named it the poo poo theory. And one more theory which we can talk about, that is the ding dong theory. And this was the theory which was proposed by George Miller. According to this theory, there was a mystic relationship between sound and meaning. Let me give you some examples to understand it clearly. All the sounds made by objects. The sight of a snake rang a bell, and the primitive human automatically said, "Snake!" And coming to the conclusion, it's a big puzzle as to how language began, but why language began seems to be very clear. Language must have evolved because of humans needed it for the following purposes. Let me talk about one by one so that you can understand why language has originated. The first and foremost thing which I wanted to highlight, that is to give factual information and convey commands, and to convey emotions and feelings, to maintain social contact on a friendly level, for aesthetic like poetry, to relieve nervous tension. So these are all the some some okay barely needs which we can talk about why language originated. That's the end of my presentation. If you have any queries and questions, feel free to contact me. Thank you. That's the end of my presentation.